What is going on, my fellow weekday warriors? Head Warrior in charge here with an excellent, very helpful squat tip for any of you that have range of motion issues and you find yourself kind of like this fella here, not being able to keep your feet on the ground when you do your squats. And as you can see, that's a bad place to be. Super frowny face right there, big X, no good. If the feet come off the ground, that means we're unstable. Now that's bad when you have a barbell on your shoulder for sure, but it can also mean that you're using the wrong muscles, and that's not something that we want. We want to target the right muscles. We want to do it with intention. So I've got a tool that we can use in addition to our flexibility and mobility routines, which of course we want to stay with. But let's say we're in the gym, we're unusually tight in the hamstrings and the calves. We're doing our squats, the heels are coming up. We're just not making the progress that we want to make. This tool is for y'all, and it's designed to get the hips a little closer to the heels to shorten that distance up so you can do an effective squat, much like this individual here. Now you can test yourself if you are having problems finding out if you're tight in the hamstrings or calves, although I'm not sure why you would have a question on that. Do me a favor, go up to a chair, put the chair a reasonable distance away and sit down. See if your heels come up. If they do, likely you have some tightness in the hamstrings and calves, and you want to address that with your flexibility and mobility routines. And you can also use this tool here. Now, the way that we shorten the distance between the hamstrings, between the heels and the hips rather, is to use a tool in the gym, at your house, anywhere that will elevate the feet. You can use those 1970s platform heels, you know those things that you've been saving with goldfish in the heel? Those things were rad, right? You knew you kept them around for a reason, but if for some reason you sold them at a garage sale for less than you should have, which is any amount, then you can use things commonly found in the gym or at your house, something like a plate weight here. Get a little, we call these the Weekday Warriors Fitness high heels around here, and the idea is to get the heels elevated and the toes down so that we shorten the distance between the hips and the heels, and we can do a little bit of a deeper squat. The deeper squat, of course, is going to target the hamstrings and the glutes, as opposed to a little shallower squat, which works on the quads and the hip flexors. That's okay. We don't want to overwork those because they tend to be tightened anyway from seated positions, from moving around. So we want to get the hamstrings and the glutes. That's why most people do squats quite truthfully, is the glutes. So we want to make that happen with this tool. You can use a hexagonal weight. Don't use the round ones. They might roll away from you. It's a little bit of a challenge there. Those hexagonal weights make a great thing to put your heels on. About a 20 pound, 25, maybe 30 pound weight is a pretty good rise off the ground. Now, this tool is for usually dumbbells, for doing squats with a weighted vest or some such. It typically wouldn't be used with a barbell unless you're doing that inside of a squat rack, inside of a Smith machine particularly, or you have a spotter, because it's a little bit awkward to back out of the squat rack and put your heels on the weight, the riser, whatever you have, getting your heels up. It can be done, absolutely, but safety first. You want to make sure that that's something you're able to do before you attempt that. So usually using dumbbells, a goblet squat, or some such measure. Implement this strategy, put the heels on, get the heels up, toe down. You'll get a much, much better squat. You'll find that you're getting down closer to the floor. And what we can do is use this in concert, like I said, with your flexibility and your mobility routine, just to bring you along a little further, a little faster. Y'all, if you appreciated these tips, you find them helpful, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, follow our Facebook page, and live healthy, you guys.